Hi guys, the lady here again. Right, so it is Monday, my turn to cook. So I am going to do something mainly and haven't felt quite right for about the last 5 or 6 days. It's like he has a good day, I have a bad day, I have a bad day, he has a good day. So I'm just going to make a nice simple soup with a bit of a cheat as part of it as well. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients that I've got. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've got an onion, carrot, some celery, which is your basics. I've also got a tin of tomatoes, some tomato puree, salt and pepper and some oil. And I've got 2 stock cubes there. Don't know whether I'll use both of them or just one. I'll wait and see. And the cheat element is these Porcini mushroom tortilloni. It just makes the soup go from just an ordinary vegetable soup to a proper meal. So I've bought them in, which is just as easy to do. I know I could make my own, and I probably will do in a future video sometime. But we just got them from Lidl's, as you can see. And they'll pop into the soup well, it says there to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. So in the last maybe 5 minutes, just to get them on, and we'll have some, I can't even speak, we'll have some parmesan on the top. So let's go across and we'll start making the base of the soup. Right, so I've washed and trimmed off the celery, I've got the carrot, and I'm going to start with the onion. I'm just going to chop this up. Now, I'm not going to blend this soup or anything, it's just going to be a nice, you can put any sort of veggies in there that you like. Something nice and light. I was going to make some bread buns, but you know what, since I finished work, I can't be bothered. So it's just going to be a nice bowl of soup. And anyway, you've got your carbs with the tortellini. Oh. If somebody did once say to me, oh, what do you do? Putting pasta in your soups? And I says, well, what about a minestrone or something like that? You know, you have pasta in that. So, you know, just because it's a filled pasta, and as you can see, there's no meat in this at all. I've just turned the hob on, put a little bit of olive oil in, and I'm just going to get these into sweat. And I'll get on with doing these as well. Right, so I've done the celery. I'm just finishing off this carrot. That'll go in as well. Right. What I'll do is I'll turn these round and we'll have another look inside the pan. Right, so I've got the onions, the carrots and the celery in there, and I'm just going to sweat these down for a good 10, maybe even 15 minutes. I'm going to pop a bit of salt and pepper in now, get the seasoning going straight away, and the salt will draw out some of the liquid and some of the sugars out of the vegetables and help to cook them down better. So I'm just going to do that. This is the hardest part of the whole recipe, and we'll get, like I say, come back in about 10-15 minutes while these had a good chance to sweat down. Right, so that's been sweating down for about 10, maybe 15 minutes because I got sidetracked as normal. So as you can see, it's sweated right down now. It's looking lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of tomato puree. So that's about it. Now there's a little bit more, but it's a soup. Just go by your eyes and your smell. Now let that fry off just for a couple of seconds. Just going to turn it up slightly because once I put the tomatoes and the stock in, it's going to bring the heat right down. Now this is a point where you could add some wine if you wanted to. Got some red wine, I could add that in. but not this time. Right, so that's that done. I've got my tin of plum tomatoes. There's no at all you want to use them. They will break down in the cooking process. And I did use both of the stock cubes in 500 ml of water. It might be a bit strong, but I think I probably might need a little bit more than 500 ml. But I'm going to pop that in anyway, because the tortellini is going to suck up some of this liquid anyway. So it is a soup. Could make it into a stew, add a few beans or whatever in there as well if you wanted to, but no, for me today this is a soup. And I went into the freezer just to check on something, and I remembered me parmesan rind. And I don't know whether you remember me saying that, whenever I buy parmesan I always keep the rind, the last little bit. You can't really grate it, it's hard as hell, but gives a lovely flavour into soups, stews, bolognese, anything like that. Doesn't taste like parmesan, it just gives it a seasoning. Now I'm going to bring that back up to the boil, and I'm going to let that boil for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to shut it off. Ian's not due in from work till about 8 o'clock tonight. And I'm not putting the pasta in until about 5 minutes before I want to serve it. Only because pasta soaks up liquid so much. As you know, if you cook pasta and then you turn it off, then it'll just clump together. It's very starchy. So I'm just going to put that in about 5 minutes towards the end. But like I say, I'm going to give this another 10-15 minutes just to make sure that them carrots are all nice and cooked up. I think the celery will be fine. I think the onions will be fine. It's mainly just them carrots. So we'll just let that go for about 15 minutes. And I'll turn it off. And then we'll put the tortellini in just towards the end. Right, so that's been going for another 15 minutes. And as you can see, it has cooked down. So I'm going to add some more water. But the one thing I'm going to check is the carrots. Now they always say, so I've been told, that test something that is done by a blunt knife. If you use a sharp knife, it's going to go through anyway. So let's have, yeah, got a little bit of give there, just on them carrots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. Excuse me. I have got another 200 ml just plain water there. I've got it out of the kettle so it's nice and hot, so it doesn't bring the temperature down too much. Like I say, don't forget that that pasta is going to soak up a lot of the liquid, and as you can see, I've still got me parmesan rind in there. It's a little bit sorry for itself, but it's imparting so much flavour into this soup you wouldn't even believe, and normally you would just throw that away. So, and I just keep them in the freezer. I keep them in a bag in the freezer and just take one out when I want it. So I'm going to give that another 5 minutes. I think that's probably all it's going to take, because then I'm going to be heating it up again later on and cooking the pasta in for another 5 minutes. So I think by that time that should be more than enough time to make this, to make sure that them carrots are cooked through. So we'll see you when it's about time to put the pasta in. Right, so Ian's home from work now. So what I want to do is I want to take out, I've brought it back up to temperature, because to be honest this only takes about 20 minutes to cook. So I'm taking out the parmesan. I'm going to get rid of that. That's done its job. And I'm going to add in the tortellini. And then 5 minutes on a boil. go. Straight in there. Make sure it comes back up to the boil. Turn it up just slightly, because obviously that's cold to go in there. It's not fridge cold, but it still is cold, so it's coming straight back up to the boil. And because it's not water and it's a denser liquid, what I want to do is I want to do it for 5 minutes rather than the 2 to 3 minutes that it says on the packet. So we'll give it 5 minutes and then we'll come back to you. Right, so that's now had 5 minutes. And as you can see, they've all plumped up. Lovely. So it is now food time for Ian. I'm just going to... First thing I do actually is I'm just going to check the seasoning. Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more of each. And a bit of pepper. We do like pepper in this house, must admit. And give that a bit of a stir. Check it again. Yeah, it's perfect. Now I've never had these porcini tortellinis before, so that's another thing I can sort of review while we're having the soup. I think Ian's actually properly hungry for the first time in about 3 days. I'm just going to turn these round and pop you off 1 second. Right, so just brought these around the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of parmesan on. Getting close to another rind in the freezer here. Right, and there we go. It's tortellini soup. And it's now taste testing time. And there we go. Tortellini soup. If you weren't waiting for your husband to come home 3 hours after you finished starting it, that can be done within 30 minutes.
I went. Triple tea time. 1, 2, 3. Right, I'm going to try some of the soup first. Let's have a go at this. Can't beat the soup like. Nice, comforting soup. Got a bit of a sore throat, so this is going to help a little bit.
I have to apologise for the noise in the background. Missy's just had some treats, so now she's got the zoomies.
She's got the zoomies and she's running from
and she's running from one end of the house to the other.
I must say, she just knocked my glasses off.
Sure.
Earlier on while he was doing that. She's come bounding past, knocked him off, looked back and went, ha.
So she comes into shot. Then I do apologise anybody that doesn't like a cat. But hey, it's her house as well.
So this is what, porcini tortellini, is it?
It is, yeah. It's what we got from Lidl's the other day.
Right, let's give it a go then. Oh, they're nice. They're nice, soft, cooked right through. You can taste the porcini mushroom in there. The pasta's lovely. I'd definitely get them again, just for a quick meal.
Like I say, it's only took this long because we're waiting for you to finish work.
They're nice.
That whole soup could be done within 30 minutes.
I mean, obviously, it'd be better if you made it myself, but for a quick and easy
midweek meal
tea, it's ideal. It's just making the soup. Even the soup's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we love soups anyway. So just have one mouthful more of the soup.
Slip.
Well, you know me, I'm a slurper.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, yeah, I'd give that one a go, most definitely. Especially if you're feeling a bit like we are.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little comforting dish. I did my the chicken stew.
Yesterday,
There was
that was
some of that left.
lovely.
I'll be having that tomorrow for my dinner. And there's going to be obviously some of that left. So we've got stuff to munch on that's not too bad. So once again, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. Keep them coming. Keep the likes coming and the subscriptions coming if you haven't already subscribed to both channels. It really helps us. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one, my turn tomorrow. So we'll see you soon, guys.
See you later, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, bye.